guys, and welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be a look using the Huda Beauty Rich Nudes palette. And this was supposed to be a talk through, but I did not like how I was explaining what I was doing, so I'm turning it into a voiceover. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you know I've had problems in the past with this palette, but I've learned some new application techniques with eyeshadows, and it seems to be working with this palette. So let me show you what I did. So I'm starting with the darkest matte in this palette and using it to build up my outer corner, and I'm bringing it up into my crease. Next I'm going to blend out that dark shade with the second to darkest matte, and I'm using this on a fluffier brush to blend it out. Now what I realized with these eyeshadows is that when you tap them on first and then do kind of like scratching motions to blend them out, they blend out a lot better than if you do regular windshield wiper motions. These eyeshadows are extremely hard pressed, so there's a lot of pigment, but it's really hard to move the pigment around on your eye once it's applied. So that's why if you do these small circular motions and this like tapping and scratching the eyeshadow around, it definitely creates a really beautiful blend, as you can see. And then to blend out that second darkest shade, I went in with the third darkest shade. Basically, I'm building a gradient effect. And then I finally went in with my foundation powder from Sephora. It's the Sephora MicroSmooth powder in the shade Sand, and I used that to soften the edges of the entire look. So now what I'm doing is just reapplying that dark shade on the outer corner, because this is a smoky eye and I'm not using any black, so I need to make the outer corner as dark as possible to give this look some depth. And then I'm just going to be reapplying my transition colors. And I'm pretty sure I fast forward through this part because I'll blend these eyeshadows for a good 15 minutes, reapply, and then blend some more. And then of course I'm going over the edges with my foundation powder from Sephora, like I said before. Alright, so working on the lid, you guys know my little trick for darkening eyeshadows. I always use a black base. This is the Milani lipstick in the shade Black Spell, and I'm applying it to my lid from the outer to the inner corner. And then right on top of this, I'm going to be using one of the shimmers from this palette. It's the brownish pink one on the right side of the palette in the second row, and I'm placing that directly on top of the black lipstick. Now since this lipstick is not a matte, it still has a sticky consistency, which is going to help the shimmer to stick. And if you want it to be really like poppin', you can foil the shadow by spraying your brush with some setting spray or some water and then applying the eyeshadow, and that will give it even more pigment. Alright, working on the bottom lash line, I lined my top and bottom waterline with a black matte pencil, and I bring it down below my lash line to give that smoky effect. And then I'm going in with a smudger brush. I don't really know what kind of brush I'm using, you know. It's basically a small brush that I'm going to use to apply that darkest shade and set the liner. And then I'm going to use a fluffier brush to apply the second to darkest shade. Basically, I'm repeating the same sequence of eyeshadow that I did on my top lid on my bottom lid, just to make everything cohesive, and I'm making sure that my outer corner is connected. And then finally using my foundation powder to soften the entire look. And that's pretty much all I did for this look. It turned out really nice. I'm about to show you what it looks like when I apply my mascara. If you guys like this video, make sure you leave me a big thumbs up, press the subscribe button, and watch some videos while you're here. And I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!